Okay, now I'm going to really piss you off because I've got a lot of it depends answers here for you. Firstly though, let me just show you some stuff what you can already access as part and parcel of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. So if you go to Files, click on Files, and then you're going to look for Amazon URLs, and that's going to give you all of the Amazon versions of the URLs that are available to us. Okay, so lots and lots of cool things in there, along with some warnings and shit like that. So there's that. So you can start with that. Okay, and that's going to give you lots and lots of ideas about what to do and how to do it. Next, let me give you some information. So which URL you use will really depend what is the asset that you're sending it from. So as a general rule, my preference, where possible, is to use a landing page. And the reason I use a landing page, I'll just give everybody that, send to all. The reason I use this landing page is because it allows me to control the process of the customer at a much higher level, and it also allows me to do a lot more advanced strategies with that customer once I send them to that landing page. So this landing page, for instance, has got a Facebook pixel on it and a Google remarketing pixel on it, used through Google AdWords. And that enables me to do all sorts of sexy stuff with that customer, remarketing to them on Facebook, using them in custom audiences, using them to create lookalike audiences, asking them for a review if they purchase my products, all sorts of sexy stuff I can do by taking them to a landing page. This landing page just happens to be built on Lead Pages, which is my preferred way of doing it. However, you could use WordPress and you'd get exactly the same results. You can also, on this add to cart, you can, anybody that clicks that add to cart, it's a pretty good indicator that they've then purchased your product. So anybody that was on the call early tonight would have seen me doing some Facebook stuff for my own Facebook accounts, and they would have seen, well, let me just pull it up for you rather than just freaking teasing you with it. Let me just freaking show you. That's going to be the easier way. Just pause my screen while I do that, only because I don't want you to see all the other shit I'm doing, because I've got some of my consulting clients in there as well, and it's not appropriate that I show you my consulting clients campaigns too. Okay, so that's the only reason I'm pausing, otherwise I wouldn't give a shit. You guys know I don't mind at all showing you the crazy shit I'm doing. Alright, so this is Facebook. This is my Facebook one, not any of my clients' ones. Which one? So this last 30 days we did $8,000 on Facebook, and you can see we've got a lot of interesting information on here. So outbound clicks, website leads, website purchasers, things like that. All right, so all of that information comes from places like this, where we have a add to cart button, and we track people who click on that add to cart button, because that's a good indicator that they then went and purchased the product. Now, it doesn't guarantee that they purchased a product, because we don't get access to that information, because Amazon does not allow us to put a pixel on the Amazon website. But this is as close as you can get, and it's very, very good data, and I'm going to say it's 90% accurate, something like that. So it's pretty good, and it's better than what you'd get anywhere else. That's why I like it so much. So it allows you to do that too. So for the most part, Hildy, I will send them as a URL. I'll send them to a landing page. I'll send them to my landing page, like this landing page here. However, a couple of exceptions. Exception number one, Google AdWords does not allow you to send mostly your customers from a Google ad to your landing page. I don't know why. Something to do, I believe, with the affiliate racket that they've got running, but anyway, they don't for the most part. Every now and again they let it pass, but for the most part you don't get to do it. So if you're going to sell through Google AdWords, then what you need is a direct link, what's called a canonical URL, which is just that. That's a canonical URL, okay? Ooh, one little thing to notice. Let me see if I can show you something sexy while we're in here. All right, so that is the canonical URL. Hopefully you guys can see that shit. Actually, let me just pull it out for you. Let's just make it easier to see. Oh my God, I'm all over the place tonight. Jesus Christ. I'm just going to change my screen. Just let me know that that's come up as a new screen for you, just so that I know I'm actually showing you something else. Alright, so let's take a look at this URL. So we've got first part of the URL, Amazon.com. So that tells us what website we're on, what marketplace we're on. Next up comes this information, what Amazon just takes directly from your title. Okay, so Amazon takes that information directly from your title of your Amazon listing, all right? So you don't get to choose that. Amazon just puts that in. Next up, we've got your ASIN number. So that's your ASIN number right there, and obviously that's part and parcel of knowing what the hell's going on. So a couple of interesting things to note. Interesting thing to note number one. If you get rid of all that and just have that, your URL still works, all right? So that tells us that that information, what I've just taken out, all that information is not important for Amazon to understand what the product is, all right? So if that is the case, the next question ought to be, what can we do with that information? What about if I put in there what I want to say in there? Would that make any difference at all? If I put Neil's awesome doggy probiotics, would that URL work? Geez, let's have a look. Let's just go back to Firefox. Let's just try it. So now I've got my Neil's awesome doggy probiotics URL. Does that work? Lo and behold, that works. And look, it's still there. So how do you think you could use that little piece of information? What do you reckon you could do with that piece of information? Have a little think about it, and I'll tell you in just a second exactly what you can do with that information. So anyway, that is a canonical URL, and that is the URL that you will use for Google AdWords. And I also use canonical URLs for Bing as well, because I do advertising on Bing. For everything else, though, I send them to a landing page. And if you are on, because that's a big, long landing page, that URL that just looks awful. So what I use is I use bit.ly.com to go in there and shorten all my URLs. bit.ly.com to go in there and shorten all of my URLs. So that's what I use for your URL shortener, depending. I mostly use that, depending on some other things I'm doing. I do use another one as well, but I don't want to confuse the hell out of you. So let's just leave it at bit.ly. The other one I use is way more advanced, and you won't be there yet. Anyway, let's come back to our little thing. Now you know the canonical URL. Anybody got any ideas what we could use that canonical URL for? What do you reckon? Mr. Mike McCarthy? A little bit more meat required. You're on the right track though. Keywords. Yep, keywords. But how would you use it? I mean, what the hell would you use that for? Yes, Paul. You're getting closer, Paul, with keyword SEO. What do you reckon? So let me just reiterate a few things, okay? Amazon clearly does not give a rat's ass what we put here. Okay, so as far as Amazon's concerned, it makes not much difference, okay? However, we already know that that information, like if I just refresh the page, that information, which is Pet Ultimates Probiotics for Dogs, Actually, I need to pull it up again. Bumhole. Pet Ultimates probiotics for dogs. Notice that it's taken directly from there. Okay. So notice it's just taken from there. So how do you use it? Well, turns out, brand. Oh, you guys are thinking, I like the fact that you're just even thinking about it. Turns out you can use it for Google SEO. So what we do in the Diamond program, I'll tell you about that, and then that'll give you some ideas. One of the things we do in the Diamond program for our Diamond members, which sounds like an awesome Austin Powers movie, is we build them link wheels for their product. So this product here, probiotics for dogs, is the keyword that they are going after. Let's just do a search for that. Who's ranking? Those people here are all ranking for the search term probiotics for dogs. Okay, wouldn't it be good if their product, meaning their product, Pet Ultimates, ranked there instead? So the way you do that is by messing about with that URL in your link wheels to create the keywords that you want to tell Google is important for that particular landing page, which this is a landing page right here. So when we do our URLs for the link wheels, that's what we do. We put the keywords in that we want into that URL. We don't leave it to chance. We mess about with it ourselves. So that's a cool little thing that we are doing. Yes, I know that's pretty advanced, and I totally get that, so I do apologize. But that's pretty cool. That's an awesome thing. Hopefully you got you thinking about that. So it's interesting looking at what Amazon does with their URLs. Very, very interesting. Folks, on my Inner Circle this Thursday night, I'll be showing you more on that. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.